From Christ the King High School in Middle Village, Queens, the Varsity Media Sports Network presents this Catholic High School boys basketball showdown between the visiting Kingsmen of Nazareth and the Royals of Christ the King. Today's Catholic High School basketball showdown is presented by Blaze Pizza. At Blaze Pizza, there's no wrong way to play. Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, I should say. Dylan Butler alongside former McDonald's All-American out of Sewanaka, Zendon Hamilton. And Z, you've played in some of the biggest games around, right? You've played in the McDonald's All-American game. You played at a sold-out Madison Square Garden. You know about big game environments. In the Catholic High School League, it gets no bigger, in the regular season at least, than Friday night in the league between two rivals, Nazareth and Christ the King.
No question. If you like high school basketball, Dylan, there's no place better you want to be than in Queens Village, New York right now.
So you got a matchup between Nazareth, a team that last year amazed people, right? They opened a lot of eyes. They went from AA finalist in the previous 2 years to the AA championship game in their first year. But now they go from a hunter to the hunted. But we know with their head coach, Gary Irvin, they're a team that's going to be well prepared for that challenge.
No question. Gary Irvin, he's been around 5 years. He's done some great things with Nazareth, and he's looking to have his team prepared.
Take a quick break for the anthem. We'll return for the players to watch and the keys right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
We're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven
For fast bar perfection.
Come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground at first. Twins up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter. And Division's moving on. Nassau County AA champions.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
And welcome back to Christ the King High School in Middle Village, Queens. Dylan Butler alongside Zendon Hamilton. And we're just about set for the start of this one, Z. And let's take a look at the keys for both of these teams. Nazareth, the team coming in for this road contest with a 4-2 mark on the year. Christ the King 2-2. And you can see the keys as both coaches outline them.
Yeah, can't turn the ball over. Joe Arbitello, we spoke to him about that. That's the one thing he does not like, and we have to rebound the basketball. Obviously, they're short in stature, but big in heart, going against a bigger team, and run good offense and keep things on pace.
And you see Nazareth as well, right? You want to, anything on the floor, anything on the backboards, they want to win those, and also they want to limit their turnovers. Let's meet the starters for both of these teams. First for Nazareth, they start at backcourt. Well, I will show you Christ the King For Nazareth, A.J. Moody, JoJo Jennings, Halon Rollins, Justin Delgado, Daniel Prince. A lot of moving parts for this Nazareth team. So you might have a guy who is a forward, like a Halon Rollins. He will be playing point at times. We take a look at the starters now for Christ the King. We take a live look at these guys coming out. There you see a good look at Jaden Ramirez, Markel Alston, that old school point guard. Leading the way, Cam Ziegler, Judah Bontemps, that electrifying sophomore. Jaden Ramirez and John Magna round out your starting five. Your head coaches for today's contest. Two really good ones, Z, in this league. For Nazareth, once upon a time, Gary Irvin was running the point at Robeson, so he knows about big-time Brooklyn basketball. Made the PSAL championship in his last 2 years, or in high school. Now a terrific coach, Gary Irvin, 5th year at the helm. You got Michael Camacho, Lenny Cook. We'll talk more about Lenny. If you don't know him, we will tell you all about that former legend himself, Adam Perullo, and Tremaine Oxley as well. And there's a good look at Joe Arbitello in his 17th season. He is Christ the King, true and true. He bleeds royal red, I guess, right? 17th season. Christ the King, 1995 graduate, 327 career wins for Joe Arbitello. So a contrast, I think, in styles tonight, Zenden, and they always say, right? Styles make fights. That's a good look you see at Gary Irvin with the clipboard as his Kingsmen step on the court. Nazareth, the team, they want to get up and down, right? They want to score the basketball a lot. Christ the King, I think they want to be more patient with it. We saw them on Sunday with a 54-50 win over Iona Prep. Meanwhile, Nazareth is a team that they play, or they average 67 points a game.
Yeah, Dylan, they sure do. You got 5 guards out here for Christ the King, want to get into the paint, and they're going to test you off the bounce with dribble drives. And Nazareth having a big team, long and athletic, led by the all-league Halon Rollins, which we'll talk about later, I'm sure. And here we go.
Yeah, so that first, the opening layup there by Cam Ziegler off the mark, and that's JoJo Jennings handing it off to the enforcer, Justin Delgado. But we go the other way. Ramirez, a 4-year varsity player, gets the ball right back, looks for the triple, side rim no good, rebound goes to Jennings. Jennings to Delgado. He's got the ability to knock down that three. Was a 15-footer guy last year, Z, and has increased his range. So coaching staff likes it when Delgado steps out and takes threes.
Yes, he does. Yes, they do. He is what they call the enforcer, which loves to take the challenge on defense, but has gotten better at hitting the long three-point shots.
Halon Rollins misses inside. And here comes the Royals. Magna. That Swiss Army knife, front rim, no good. So both teams early going here, first minute struggling to get the basket. This is a fun matchup here, right? You've got Alston on Rollins. Here's Bontemps. Bontemps off the glass and in. Our first basket of the game goes to the sophomore from Uniondale.
My goodness. He is electric, and Joe Arbitello told us about him. He can get it going and get it going quickly.
Kick out to Rollins. Jennings. Magna gets his hands in the passing lanes. It's a 1v3. So Ramirez maybe could have held up there and waited for his teammates. We go the other way. Open three. Jennings. Side rim. No good. Ziegler. And now the Royals look to push. Ramirez again into the lane. Great move by Jaden Ramirez.
Yep, Dylan, you'll see a lot of that. Jaden Ramirez getting in the lane along with Markel.
And Alston defending Rollins. We weren't sure what the matchup would be, right? Usually Ramirez gets the other team's best player, but in our conversation with Joe Arbitello said, I don't know if that's the best move. So he puts the savvy point guard out of Queensbridge. And there's a traveling violation on Ziegler. So it's Alston, at least early going, it's his responsibility to guard a guy in Rollins who's averaging 20 points a game.
Yeah. The senior, he wants to take the challenge, and that's just what he has to do at this point in time.
And there's Rollins right now. Drives, baseline. Good job by Ziegler getting his hands in the passing lane. That's A.J. Moody. Pulls up, foul line. No good, and we'll have a foul called against Daniel Prince. There's Bontemps. Averaging 8.5 a game. We go the other way. Neither team wants to turn the ball over, but we've seen a few early goings. Maybe some nerves here in a marquee matchup in the Brooklyn Queens division.
Everybody maybe a little bit nervous.
Maybe it's because you're in the building. I'm not sure.
No, come on now.
You're some royalty yourself here.
We got to stop it. We got to stop that. But everybody a little bit nervous. You got Brooklyn against Queens. Classic city battle tonight.
Meanwhile, it's the guy from Uniondale. Look at a pass to Queensbridge as Alston gets the layup. 6-0 early lead for the Royals. Delgado, 3, no good. And we've got a foul on the floor.
Yeah, you got Markel and Jada leading the way early on. The seniors almost remind me of some guys in Houston, Steve Francis.
First sub early on, Xavier Robertson checks in, the senior, Nazareth. He's the backup point guard who plays starter minutes, which tells you about number 5's ability to not only facilitate but also score the basketball. Robertson in the lane, tough look down low looking for Delgado. He can't get it to fall. Robertson gets the rebound. Here's Rollins, the no look. Prince rejected by Magna. An errant pass by Alston, kind of taps his chest to say, my bad. We have a foul. This against Ramirez.
You see early on, Dylan, Nazareth using their athleticism on the backboard. Christ the King's going to have to box out and really secure things.
We also expect to see a lot of both teams' bench here tonight. We know that Gary Irvin pretty comfortable going 10, 11 deep on his bench, and Joe Arbitello said we might go NBA-like and just run 5 sets of 5 in, 5 out. Here's Alston. Looks to the corner. There's Magna, the sophomore. Floater, front rim, no good. Robertson, the rebound. And a foul on Magna. That's his second early on, which means you go to the bench. And we liked what we saw the other night from this young man. Checking in, Orion Cobb at 6'7", out of Medford on the island. He is your shot blocker. A little bit raw in the game, but showed some nice stuff against Iona on Sunday night.
Absolutely. You got a guy that wants to protect the rim, and that's going to help out.
Robertson lost his dribble. Finds Delgado. Nice move to his left. Delgado underneath. And there's Nazareth's first basket of the game. Justin Delgado, the finish.
Yes, the enforcer.
Alston for 3 off the mark. Rebound goes to Moody. Quick outlet. Moody. Delgado. Here is Rollins. Rollins spins. Tough shot. One thing is for sure, even that putback, everything for Rollins tonight is going to be contested.
Absolutely. He's at the rim. And again, he reminds me a little bit of Sean Marion with that second jump. Gets on the rim faster than everybody else. Just couldn't put it down.
Here's Bontemps. We expect to see different looks, really even from both teams, but especially Nazareth, right? They'll show some different things defensively. Right now they're in a man as a traveling violation called against Bontemps. Both teams again go to their bench. Checking in for Christ the King, Christian Cook, the senior guard out of Rockaway. And Jaden Blakemore, the junior, comes in for Nazareth. While Bontemps, as a sophomore, sometimes you don't know what you get at him. You know what you get at a Cook. He's going to be a guy who protects the basketball. Rollins, the putback.
Rollins flexes early. Oh, baby, it says, put some respect on my name.
Lon. And he got the Nazareth bench excited. Here's Ramirez. And Z, you like what you saw there from Ramirez, right? Because he kind of lifted his head up a little bit, right? Wanted to show that there was contact. And there it is again, Halon inside.
Again, nobody boxes him out, and Halon comes over the top. My goodness, flexes on him.
Checking in Skylar Ragu, a talented freshman out of Valley Stream for Christ the King. He inbounds the ball now to Cook. Here's Ramirez, took a step. Said our referee, Arnold Saunders. Good crew here as well. Joining Arnold Saunders, Mark Casamassa, and Mike Session as well. Three-man crew, as always, in the Catholic League.
Again, you're going to be hearing a broken record from us, Dylan. You got Markel and Jaden getting in the lane. Just couldn't finish it off and turn it over a little bit.
Robertson guarded by Ramirez. Hands off to Joel Barnaby. Now Robertson. The rejection. Ragu, the look down low to Alston. 8-4, the early lead for the Royals. And a foul on Alston, harassing Rollins out at midcourt.
Yeah, Alston got caught, hand in a cookie jar. I'm sure he'll want that one back.
Jennings checks back in for the Kingsmen. It's a matchup of two of the marquee teams in the Brooklyn Queens division. And in Rollins, Nazareth has a guy, I would say perhaps the favorite to bring home the player of the year come March, but certainly both coaches and other coaches around the league will tell you this man right here, he's maybe one of three in contention for that. Rollins. Rollins!
You see right there, he can make his own shot for himself and others. That's why he's first team all-league.
Yeah, only one of two juniors last year to make first team all-league. Brandon Storrs out of St. Raymond's, the other one. He's bound for Georgia Tech. Halon Rollins, his recruitment still open.
Sure.
Scramble, there's one of those 50-50 balls. Getting to the basket, that layup no good, but Rollins was fouled.
Halon misses the bunny. I'm sure he wants that one back, but gets to the foul line.
So the foul against Skylar Ragu will send Halon Rollins to the line.
You know, Dylan, Halon Rollins can do a ton of things for you offensively. Talking to Gary Williams the other day, says the best thing he likes about his development from last year to this year, is really patience. He's gotten so patient and efficient and understands the game that if somebody's smaller than him, he's taking him down the post, and then a bigger defender, he's taking him off the bounce.
A little pick and pop. The thing, too, about Rollins that's great as well is he's unselfish. He's that big guy, right, that all of Brooklyn knows about, but he doesn't play like that. He plays within the system. He's super unselfish, which you love out of a superstar player.
Absolutely. Again, talking to Gary Irvin, says he's a humble young man, and that's what you want out of your superstar.
JoJo Jennings lost his defender. Final 25 seconds. Good rally here by Nazareth. They've tied it, but now Christ the King comes away. Ragu to the rim. First basket for Skylar Ragu. 10-8 lead for Christ the King. Rollins with 7. Halon rejected by Cobb, but the foul was called. See if we could show you this replay, and we'll let the folks decide. Christ the King family here not liking that foul on Cobb, but Rollins will go back to the line. What say you, Zendon Hamilton?
That's a tough one. You got Rollins getting to the rim using the left hand. And again, talking to Coach Gary Irvin, he likes to play positionless basketball. So sometimes you're looking at a point forward in Rollins.
Yeah, you saw a good one kind of make that a position here at Christ the King and Lamar Odom, right? He might have been the OG point forward.
Oh, my goodness. If you're talking about talent, oozing talent out of Mr. Lamar Odom.
Christian Cook from half court, no good. And the first quarter started 0-0, Zendon, and now it is 10-10. It's Nazareth, it is Christ the King. This Catholic basketball showdown presented by Blaze Pizza. You're watching on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Welcome back to Christ the King High School. Dylan Butler, Zendon Hamilton. A special thank you again to Blaze Pizza. At Blaze Pizza, there is no wrong way to play. Start of the second quarter, we are tied at 10 here in Middle Village, Queens. Thanks for joining us here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Here's Halon Rollins, guarded again by Alston. We saw this matchup to start the game. Now the double comes up and under. And the putback is in by Delgado.
Again, you see Nazareth all over the glass. I'm sure Coach Joe Arbitello is trying to get his kids to box out.
Our first look, too, at number 24 for Christ the King. You thought they had no size? Well, guess what? Zelik has arrived as Alston gets to the basket. We'll talk more about the Zelik brothers as we go along, but there you see 24, a 6'11 freshman from Serbia. You were the tallest guy coming into this one until Schra showed up and Rollins knocks down the triple.
Well, again, Nazareth beating up Christ the King on the glass a little bit. Now they insert Straw.
That was a concern as a foul called on Alston. That was something that Joe Arbitello mentioned about Iona Prep, right, on Sunday, where the Gales, Joe said for the first time, really even including the scrimmage season where they scrimmaged a team like Lehigh, it was the first time they got beat really on the boards. Iona Prep did that to them. And now, as you said, early on, it's Naz again with an advantage on the backboard.
Yeah. Again, you got a contrast in styles. Gary Irvin wants to have positionless basketball with 6'5", 6'6" guys, and you got Joe Arbitello, 5-out guards, trying to test your foot speed, getting dribble drives, getting feet in the paint. Look at the big fella.
Ran the floor really well, fouled by Halon Rollins, his first. So a good opportunity now for us to talk about Straw Zelik, the younger brother of Vuk, who was on the varsity a year ago. They are from Serbia. They returned home last year, and then some red tape to get them back into the country. There was a struggle to get them back in. However, they were doing remote classes at the start of this year in September. And then when they were in the building, obviously Joe Arbitello, the coach and also principal, told the transfer committee about them, and they just this week got the ruling that they were both eligible to play.
Terrific, because now they're here, and I'm sure they're going to make a difference.
The question was, how much would we see of the two of them? As here's Halon Rollins, pulls up. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, baby. Again, you got Halon Rollins saying, put some respect on my name. I love, Dylan, how aggressive he is right now.
13 of the Kingsmen's 17. Looking very much, Zendon Hamilton, like a player of the year candidate. Straw, some contact there as well. Listen, we're in the early goings of seeing the young man as a foul on Delgado. It is his first. But we're seeing early goings here of Straw Zelik. I like what we see with his ability to put it on the floor.
Yes, we do. And he is making his presence known as he's getting subbed out, but that's pretty good of what we see so far.
Yeah, the question was, how much would we see of the two of them, right? They've played, they've practiced, but this is their first varsity game. Cam Ziegler knocks down the triple, and he's looking for the foul as well, not given, as here's Rollins the other way. Rollins, he was hot. That shot off the mark. That was Ziegler's first bucket of the game. Here he is again. Killer Cam in the lane into three men, and a jump ball is called. Possession stays with the Royals.
Yeah, and Cam Ziegler, straight out of Brooklyn, he's one of those kids, if you don't get a hand up, it is money in the bank, Dylan.
He is the Royals' best three-point shooter. Here's Magna again. Oh, the move by John Magna.
Goodness, John Magna, Swiss Army knife. Can do a bunch of things for you on the offensive end.
And we saw against Iona as well, right? He stole an inbounds pass, reverse layup, and the foul. Great basketball IQ, no doubt. Gets it from both of his parents. His dad coached at Archbishop Malloy. His mom, Lorraine, played on this court. Ramirez now to Magna, through two, no good. The kick out on the rebound to Ramirez. Ramirez gets to Delgado, and he says, I see you, enforcer.
Mr. Delgado.
Ramirez with four. We're heating up a little bit here, Zendon. Ramirez the steal. Alston out of Queensbridge. The layup. Timeout by Nazareth as the Royals are starting to heat up here. 22-17 is the lead. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, Z.
Yeah, Gary doesn't like it, wants to talk it over. And you see here, Alston, the easy two.
We mentioned before Halon Rollins. He is the reigning Catholic AA Player of the Year. How about these numbers from Halon? Led Nazareth to a 2-0 week, had 20 and 11 in an 85-74 win over Holy Cross, and then 30 and 13 in a 78-70 win over Archbishop Malloy. You got Manhattan, Oklahoma State among his suitors.
Big-time prospect, Rollins, really showing his game out here tonight. And again, I love how aggressive he is. He's a willing passer, talking to Gary Irvin, but tonight he's taking the initiative to go at people.
Rollins to inbound as the Royals showing some pressure here. First time tonight. Here's JoJo Jennings. His parents call him Joseph. We call him JoJo. I feel like you need a point guard named JoJo, Zendon. That's a good name, right?
Why not?
For a point guard. Good look inside. Delgado takes the contact. The flex and one.
We got the high-low action from the Player of the Year prospect to the enforcer, and we might see a little bit more. Again, you see it here. he ducks in, and a tough finish by the enforcer. A guy that Coach Arbitello says loves to play defense and take the initiative of guarding the other team's player.
Free throw no good, 22-19 the lead for Christ the King. Here's Alston. It's a matchup of zeros. Alston, front rim no good. Magna rips it down and gets the putback.
The Swiss Army knife. Listen, his mother playing here, he knows a little bit about these rims, Dylan.
Oh, he certainly does. Just a sophomore, John Magna. Here's Rollins, a little shake on Ramirez, and now you have Ramirez on Rollins. Inside, Magna is called for the foul. That is his third, Zendon.
Joe's probably going to have to make a decision here.
And he makes that decision quickly as Cobb comes to the table. Delgado to shoot two, missed his only free throw to this point. Here's another look of that one. Magna thought he had all ball. The officials think otherwise. Delgado's free throw rims around, so Cobb in for Magna. Likely will sit for the rest of this first half.
You see Nazareth really imposing their will with their length and athleticism.
And Delgado, a 6'6" junior. And he makes his second. 24-20, Christ the King. A fun matchup as well between the established traditional powerhouse in Christ the King and that up-and-comer out of Nazareth. Ziegler, top of the key, his second triple of this first half.
Again, if you don't get a hand on him and make him a driver, money in the bank.
Jennings, nowhere to go. Here's Rollins, guarded by Ramirez. What a look inside. He gets the big man up. The Nazareth bench wanted an and one, wasn't called. Delgado showing strength inside.
I have a feeling we're going to be saying the enforcer's name a lot tonight.
Yeah, his 9th point of this first quarter. Alston wide open for three. Off the rim, no good. Rollins, Delgado comes away with it. And this is what we talked about, right? Here is the point forward. Good look, corner three. A.J. Moody.
Makes plays for his teammates. That's just a serious play from a serious player, Dylan.
I don't think anyone here, especially Nazareth fans, would have thought anything if he went to the rim there. That's what Halon has earned. But you're right. He saw the open man in the corner, kicked it there for the triple. Ramirez now from downtown knocks down his own three-pointer.
Ramirez with the big-time three. Likes to get to the basket, but makes him play honest.
5-point lead for Christ the King. 2:11 left in this first half. Here is A.J. Moody. Moody, he's got moves, rims around. Delgado, no good. Cobb, and he was hit by JoJo Jennings. So Jennings' first foul. Cobb taking one up in the head. It was announced the other way, so when you hear Markel Alston third foul, you get a little nervous if you're Christ the King, but it was the other way, and the foul was on Jennings, his first. Here's Bontemps. If you get up and down, good luck getting in front of Bontemps. A three, perhaps ill-advised by Alston. And there's Bontemps with the steal. There's that 50-50 ball Gary Irvin wants, and Rollins gets it. It'll be a jump, and I think the last jump went Christ the King's way. It did, so it'll be Nazareth ball.
You see the fight in both teams, Dylan. Love it. Friday night in Queens, New York.
So now we saw Shra Zelik, and now Vuk Zelik checks in, number 33 for Christ the King. He is a 6'7" sophomore, the older of the two Zelik brothers.
Very, very smart player. Dribble drive player. and a guy that can make plays for himself and others.
And he, of course, has that, being from Serbia, has that European game as well, which, is a different look around these parts, right? A lot of these guys playing, whether it's AAU ball, playing in the playground, playing in New York City, you play a certain way, and you're maybe not used to that European style that the Zelics bring.
Sure. Playing overseas myself, they're professionals a lot earlier, or playing with professionals before we are. So a little bit more experience than you think.
Here's Robertson. Jennings. Gary Irvin didn't mince words when he spoke about JoJo Jennings. He said he is a key to this season. Moody fouled, attempting the three. So he will shoot 3 free throws as Ziegler picks up his second foul.
Tough foul.
So we will see a lot now of A.J. Moody taking 3 free throws. Just 5'9", but the one thing that Gary Irvin said as well about his guys, from the shortest guy to the biggest, all these guys, they've got hops. They can all dunk a basketball as Moody knocks down his first.
They're all pretty much athletic. He said, listen, from the shortest to the tallest, they can all dunk.
And one thing, too, about Moody is he's a guy that Irvin wants him to shoot threes. He said he's got to shoot at least like 8 to 10 threes a game. We saw him knock down his first in the corner, as now he looks to go 2 of 3 from the line. He does that.
Also wants to give him confidence. Said, listen, if you miss the 9th one, shoot the 10th one. Forget about the last play and keep on shooting.
In addition to that, Irvin's message to his guys in general is to just forget about the outside noise. Don't worry about where you are projected to finish. Just deal with these 24 scrimmages as they come and be ready for March. Inside the final minute now, first half. Here's Rollins handing it off to Moody. There's Jennings. The kick in the corner. Open 3, rims out. Battle for the loose ball. It is Rollins away with it.
CK really has to get on the glass.
Jennings, great dribble penetration. And we've got a 1-point ball game here, final 22 seconds of this first half.
Want to get a quality shot here, Dylan.
Shot clock off so they can hold Zendon for the last, as it is Ramirez.
Want to look for a dribble drive here.
Kicks it in the corner. 3 by Zelig off the mark. And what do we have? It was out of bounds for Ziegler. So Nazareth goes the other way with a chance with 0.9 seconds to perhaps take a lead. Jennings from 3/4 court. And that is no good, as it is Christ the King with a 30-29 lead at the break. It is halftime. We are joined by Christ the King head coach Joe Arbitello. Joe, what'd you think of the way your guys played in the first half?
I thought they played hard. Again, we gotta figure out a way to score a couple of points when we get into those little droughts that we have.
Yeah, Coach, you got your guys getting in the lane. What do you think you should change in the second half?
I think we got to be a little bit more patient on offense and just wait for screens. Game of speed drop. It's a great Friday night game, right? And CHSA. So just slowing our offense down just a little bit when we're in the half-court set.
Showed Halon Rollins a few different looks. Markel Alston, Jaden Ramirez, doubling them at times. Is that going to be the case here in the second half?
I mean, I told you on the phone, I think he's up for player of the year, right? I think he's showing why he is right now. And yeah, you got to do things to disrupt him. Absolutely.
All right, Joe. Good luck in the second half. Joe Arbitello, Christ the King, head coach. We are at halftime here in Middle Village, Queens. His Royals with a 30-29 lead. You're watching this Catholic basketball showdown presented by Blaze Pizza on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
We're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven
For fast fire perfection.
Come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground at first. Twins up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter! And Division's moving on. Nassau County AA champions.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the winter, but spots are limited. Contact us today for basketball, ice hockey, wrestling, and swimming by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life? And now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs or call 516-403-2050.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Back here at Christ the King High School, Dylan Butler, Zendon Hamilton, our entire Varsity Media crew. 1-point ball game. Christ the King with a 30-29 lead. We didn't, Zendon, get a chance in the pregame to go over our players to watch, so a good chance to sort of revisit that a little bit or show it for the first time, and also use it as an opportunity to talk about their play in the first half. There you see Halon Rollins. Obviously, he was a guy that we were focusing in on before the start of the game. You look at his numbers this year. You mentioned all-league last year as a junior. Look at that, 20 points a game, 9 rebounds as well. But a guy who affects the game in a lot of ways. JoJo Jennings, the senior guard, 10 points a game, 4.4 assists. Halon, certainly, Zendon got off to a great start, 13 points, a game high right now. JoJo Jennings, though, just 2 points. So a little bit of a tale of two different players there in terms of what they've been able to do in the first half.
Yeah, Halon, really aggressive, even though Coach says he loves to be a pass-first guy, averaging 20 points, 10 rebounds. And JoJo is just a heady senior, puts a lot on his shoulders. He wants to guard the other team's best player. He's an aggressive guard and takes advantage of mismatches if they're there.
For Christ the King, we were highlighting for tonight's contest that young man, John Magna, the sophomore. Although he did pick up some foul trouble, 3 fouls in that first half, but a balanced scoring effort for the Royals as well as Cam Ziegler. Both these guys scoring the basketball in the first half. The Royals with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different scorers in that first half. Ziegler knocked down a couple of triples. That is his game. And Magna, his game is a lot of different things. He's got a lot of tools in that toolbox.
Yes, he does. He's talking about a high IQ guy, a basketball family. You know, I want to see what's going on in that house after dinner time, Dylan. And Cam Ziegler, a guy you have to run off the line, man. He is somebody that just is money in the bank if he gets an open look.
Zendon, I know you're going to like this. At Blaze Pizza, they've got their new 5 for $35 family meal. It's from now until the end of December. Not much time left on this one. Blaze is offering a family meal, which feeds up to 5. Pick any 3 pizzas of their 11-inch original dough or their thick crust and 2 sides, which is a dessert, a salad, cheesy, and cinnamon bread for an incredible deal of $35. What a value that is. Listen, there's a great value in the Catholic League, and this isn't one of those nights where it's a triple header, but you get a triple header. It is the best bang for your buck basketball-wise in the city. That 5 for $35 deal by Blaze, one of the best deals as well. Blaze Pizza with locations just up to LIE. Like, we're going that way. It's in Fresh Meadows. We can call it in, Z. I can get your 5 for $35 going.
Pizza on the way home. We like pizza on our house. We're foodies.
Yes. Also in Hicksville, as well as Bayshore. And if you are heading up to Storrs, Connecticut for some unknown reason, listen, we're both Johnnies. I don't know why you would choose to go up to Storrs, but if you do, there's a Blaze Pizza location up there as well.
Need pepperoni on mine.
They have that. They have it. The meatball pie is really good as well. Dylan Butler, Zendon Hamilton here as Arnold Saunders getting the second half underway. And interesting, too, here where it is John Magna back in the game. Again, 3 fouls. Was sidelined for the last, I want to say 3 minutes or so of that second quarter, but he starts the third quarter here for the Royals.
Being a coach previously, you need a guy like that in the game. He's a winner, Dylan. He can do so many things for you, especially on the defensive end. He gets his hand in the passing lanes and plays angles. You need him in the game.
You know, quick story for you, Z. I go back in this league. I was a student at St. Francis Prep as bond temps, high off glass, no good. The first game that I attended at St. Francis Prep, it was a triple header. So my boys were freshmen, right? I'm a freshman at the school.
Okay.
So I watched my friends hang out, go to 7-Eleven, come right back. It is Archbishop Malloy against St. Francis Prep. It was my opportunity to see Kenny Anderson do his thing as a senior. A packed house at St. Francis Prep that night, but listen, he struggled in the first half, and St. Francis Prep wasn't very good that year. But meanwhile, Kenny Anderson comes back, huge second half, and Stanners blow out us Terriers. But that's some of the tradition that you have here in this Catholic League.
Yes, you do. You're talking about Queens royalty and Kenny Anderson, the great Jack Curran.
Yes,
coachman,
sir.
And there was nobody bigger in his day.
Delgado misses the first. Of course, when you talk about Archbishop Malloy, it's Jack Curran. It's the now, sad to say, late, great Lou Carnesecca as well. Of course, a legend as well at St. John's, but he got his feet wet at Archbishop Malloy back when it was St. Anne's in Manhattan. You got Kenny Smith as well. The first Kenny from Left Rack City before Kenny Anderson as well. And another former Johnny as well, Rob Werdan.
Yeah. Actually, my first coaching job was with Rob Werdan in the G League.
Nice. Delgado.
Just to speak a little bit, Dylan, on Coach Carnesecca, who didn't coach me. You know, we see a lot of people come along in this business, and I've coached for a long time. If you're religious and you say, well, we're being watched by angels, we lost one.
100%.
A couple of weeks ago.
I remember I was fortunate a few times to interview Coach Carnesecca, and the interviews were usually longer than you expected because half the time he was interviewing you as well. He wanted to know about you and your family and the parish that you went to. Is Magna with the layup on the other side. 6 for John Magna. The steal. Bontemps for 2.
And that's the electricity you're talking about with Bontemps. He is quick as they come. Magna, the winner, as we talked about. With the score there, and then Bontemps with the quick hands and right to the rim with the acrobatic finish.
A little sloppy there by Nazareth. Delgado, top of the key.
Again, dealing with Nazareth having the size advantage. Now Christ the King is starting to pick up the pressure a little bit. Try to turn them over and get some easy buckets.
Off-ball foul on Ziegler, his third. The one good thing, though, about Christ the King, you'll say, certainly they got deeper this week, deeper and bigger with the Zelic brothers.
You sure did.
Eligible. Delgado reversed it, lost it. Let me go the other way.
Again, we talked about that pressure. They made Delgado turn it over. Got Bontemps bringing it up.
Interesting question, too, Zendon, that we posed to both of these coaches heading into this one. Is this a rivalry, right? So Nazareth out of Brooklyn. First year last year in the AA. They split their regular season contest as Alston is fouled by Jennings by Delgado going to the basket.
You can speak on it better than me. I'm going to say a budding rivalry.
That's the perfect way to say it, I think, because there isn't really history, right? A few things you need in a rivalry, in my opinion. You need history. You need to play meaningful basketball games against each other, right?
Sure.
If it's like back in our day, St. John's, UConn, that was a fun rivalry, right? I mean, there were Big East contest games. There were important sold-out games at the Garden up in Stores as Alston knocks it down.
It sure was. It was a great time, to be honest. And you see Christ the King picking up the pressure.
They are a tough team. Jennings.
Yes, they are.
Harassed. And that shot off the mark. Gets his own rebound, though. Corner, 3. Rollins contested by Ramirez. Magna on the break. Little scoop, no good. Ramirez, the contact and the foul. It was a late whistle, but it was the right one.
Again, you're seeing Joe Arbitello, a good wrinkle with him picking up the pressure now, coming out in the second half, just to throw off Nazareth a little bit and to make it their speed of the game.
Here is Ramirez to shoot 2. Related to Jose Alvarado, the latest Royal to be in the NBA. Second free throw is good.
Again, Dylan, you're talking about Alston and Ramirez getting in the lane. I compare them to a Catino Mobley, Steve Francis type. Just like to get in their bag and get in the lane.
JoJo Jennings, he has earned 2 free throws. And that is the 4th on Ziegler. So the big man Cobb will come in as Jennings will shoot 2.
Jennings also getting on the glass. Again, a physical guard for Coach Gary Irvin. Being a senior, he knows how important this year is, and how important this budding rivalry is as well.
For sure, yeah. And I think that's what so that was the point, right? Like, I think you need to play meaningful games as well. So they split last year, first year in the AA.
Okay.
You know, and I think, too, a lot of student athletes, you know, a lot of basketball players, maybe you make your decision. Do I go to Nazareth or do I go to Christ the King, right? Because we're here in Middle Village. We're right on the border of Brooklyn as well. So you kind of fight for the hearts and minds as well of young athletes.
Sure.
As it is Alston out of Queensbridge. Some great ballers out of Queensbridge. You played with 2 of the best in Meta World Peace and Reggie Jesse as well. A.J. Moody, high arcing 3 from the corner, no good. Look at Delgado. That was 1v2, and he was fouled on his way up.
I'm not sure what the plus minus is on the glass, but Delgado has to have around 10 rebounds by now.
I can only keep so many stats here, Zendon, but you take another look at this is all heart, right?
All heart, all strength. Delgado's just a competitor, gritty competitor down there. And that's what you got to have on your ball team to win.
And Zendon, you could see as well the basketball IQ, right? He didn't go straight up. He did a little hesitation to get his defenders up, realizing he can get the foul.
No question. Also, he kind of reminds me of a guy I used to play with named Tyrone Grant on our team at St. John's.
Ty Boogie in the house as well.
Yes, he is.
So now you guys are bringing me back here, right? Like, we got a St. John's reunion here. Where is Eric Barkley and Omar Cook, the Christ the King guys? Here's Ramirez spinning. Doubled, losing it off the foot of Cobb. And we've got Nazareth ball.
Tough turnover there. Actually, I speak to Omar on the regular, with assistant with the Cavaliers. Doing a good job.
Halon Rollins. Ramirez on him. Pulls up. Oh, tough jumper for Rollins. He's got 15.
Again, Nazareth goes as far as Rollins goes. And he is showing his skill here.
Alston off the Cobb screen. Pulls up. No good. Loose ball. Delgado. And now here's Rollins in the open court. And a foul by Markel Alston. That will be his 3rd. So if you're Christ the King now, you've got Markel Alston, John Magna with 3 fouls apiece and 4 fouls for Cam Ziegler. These are 3 of your 5 starters.
I'm sorry, Joe is thinking about it, but I think you keep him in the game for right now.
4-point lead for the Royals. Rollins with the first free throw. That is good. In today's world, you might say, well, why is Halon Rollins not already locked up by schools? But you know, this is maybe a longer conversation than we can have. But with NIL and the transfer portal, it is difficult for seniors to find their place in that landscape as he goes 1 for 2. And as Joe Arbitello said in our first conversation ahead of that Iona game, sometimes he goes, eventually everybody kind of seems to land where they should. Maybe you don't start off at that place, but maybe you transfer. As here's Rollins in the open floor. Fires it across to Moody. One more look. Moody, open, corner, 3, bang!
Again.
Feed him. Moody with 8. We are tied at 40. And it's funny, as later as this game gets on, it feels like more fans are coming into the building.
They sure are. And
it's like they're watching it on Varsity Media. They're here, and wait a minute, we got a ball game in Middle Village.
Yes, we do.
Ramirez into the paint. No good. Rebound, ripped down. Here's Delgado. Moody ahead of the floor. A.J. Moody for 2 more.
We've got a good one in Middle Village today, Dylan.
The boys from Brooklyn getting excited as the Kingsmen with a 2-point lead. Here's Magna. Magna goes left, pulls up, foul line jumper. No good, but he is fouled on his way up. Raymond Paul called for the foul.
Again, we talked about the Swiss Army knife, showing he has the right to left in his bag.
Excuse me, Barnaby, Joel Barnaby with the foul, his 3rd. So Magna to the line for 2.
Such an intriguing player, Dylan. Only a sophomore, does so much for his team. A winner, a high IQ guy. You have to. It's important to have those type of guys on your team.
And in addition to everything he does offensively, showing those different looks, I love that he finds a way to get into the passing lane, get his hand, disrupt balls.
Sure
so
does.
It's not just on the offensive side for him.
Absolutely not. Again, a guy who knows how to play angles and is getting the right teaching from home, as we spoke about.
Well, and also from Joe Arbitello.
Absolutely.
That was a tough pass, fielded well, the layup inside. How about Joel Barnaby? His first bucket of this game.
Another high IQ kid, junior.
Here's Magna. Ramirez for 3. It's good.
It's getting hot in here, Dylan.
44 all. Rollins on Ramirez. Off the mark. Rollins looking for the foul. Here comes Bontemps. Mr. Electricity. Corner 3. Ramirez. Bang! On Rollins.
Oh, baby.
Back-to-back triples for Jaden Ramirez. And it's a 3-point lead for the Royals. Jennings. Ramirez. Rollins misses the putback. Bontemps the other way. Bontemps. Delgado the rejection. Zelik can't finish. And now here come the Kingsmen the other way. A.J. Moody. Hands off. Jennings thought about it. Moody from NBA range. His 3rd triple.
We got a serious game
47
in Middle
all.
Village, Queens right now.
I told you about Friday nights in the Catholic League.
No question.
Ramirez. Tough shot. That's an offensive foul against Aaron Ellis. And who drew it? The enforcer.
Yes. Again, another guy, a utility guy that you need on your team.
Zendan, I always feel like charges taken should always, like, you see blocks and assists. This should be a stat. I mean, I know it's charted by the coaches, but that should be a stat charted as well, right? How many charges do you take a game?
Absolutely. They should start charting that as a stat. Again, the toughest guys take them as well.
Yeah. These two teams we've mentioned before, they split. Nazareth winning at home, and then Christ the King winning at home as well. As Vuk Zelik checks in, so now both Zelik brothers on the court. It's Vuk and Stra.
Get another wrinkle from the great Joe Arbitello. trying to lock up the boards here.
An opportunity for Nazareth to perhaps take the last. This game has been played at a really fast rate, though, so you don't expect that, and we didn't. That's a 3 off the mark. Here comes Zelik the other way. He pulls it up to Ramirez, and Ramirez, what does he do? Stop sign. Look at the clock. 9 seconds. Heady play by Jaden Ramirez. Works off the screen. Ramirez draws Rollins. Loses it. Halon up the court. Moody. It is off the mark.
Really smart move by Zelik there to get the ball out, get it to Jaden, get a quality shot, even though it didn't go down.
What a ball game we have here at Christ the King High School. Nazareth and Christ the King going punch for punch. They're going mano a mano. Strength on strength. A.J. Moody to the bucket. We are tied at 47 after 3. Watching it all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
We're watching Varsity Media, New York's premier high school sports network.
Wait, oh my God!
Oh, hello, hi, how are you? All right. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? All right, I'm Ron. Oh, what's going on? How you doing, sir? How you doing? I'm Ron. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Oh, hello, hi, how are you? How you doing? Oh, my God. I'm Ron, nice to meet you. Blaze right now is offering a large shareable pizza here with real ingredients. Not frozen, none of that frozen crust, all right? Right. So I want to show you some beautiful, unique toppings that we have. Artichoke, arugula. Wow. You like that type of stuff? That's for you, all right? Oh, no, I'm Ron. I don't know who LeBron is. Me and you take a selfie. Come on in. Hey, that's Ron. You tell your friends to take you to Blaze Pizza and tell them Ron sent you, okay? All right, put it there. My guy. You ever take Ron's hat? That's yours.
Oh my God.
And back here in Middle Village, Queens, Dylan Butler, Zendon Hamilton. We just saw LeBron James. We know how he likes his Blaze Pizza with 16 different toppings. If that sounds like too much, well, you could choose just a few of their 35-plus toppings. Zendon wants pepperoni. I'll go a little mushroom and sausage here.
Is that so?
Yes, sir. I'll go pepperoni with you, though. That's fine.
I understand. I like my toppings.
I bring versatility to my pizza.
Yeah, you got to.
Fourth quarter, tied at 47. This game has lived up to the advanced hype. Jennings, Alston on him. Christ the King, they do have a few players in some foul trouble as Moody called for the traveling violation. One of those checking in John Magna.
Tough turnover there. Sure he wants that one back.
A year ago, Nazareth, their first year in the AA after 2 great years in the A, right, where they made the final in those 2 previous years. So not a lot of people knew what to expect from Nazareth. Well, one of their signature wins in the regular season was against these Royals. They also beat St. Raymond's, high arcing 3 off the mark by Ramirez. And lo and behold, they went on and played in the AA final. This guy helped bring them there. Halon Rollins.
Rollins really flexing his wings right now in the fourth quarter. Just a terrific prospect.
Bontemps. And now it's the point forward. Halon Rollins. Help comes, which means there's an open 3. Moody will knock that down.
That is a terrific pass. I don't think basketball know how serious that pass is. And it comes off the bounce, Dylan.
Foul called on Jennings, his second.
Got Rollins going into his move. Makes the right play. And gets a good shot out of it.
Ziegler, no good. Zelik comes away with the rebound. Ramirez rims around, no good. Loose ball, where are we going? Christ the King ball. $18 for Halon Rollins. Zellick 3 off the mark. Jennings the rebound. Guarded by Alston. Here is Halon. These are the two marquee guys right now. Halon went to his left. Great recognition by Alston. And he draws the foul.
Rollins going into his move, didn't see the second defender coming.
So Magna to inbound right by us. As Nazareth a 52-49 lead.
When it hits 5 minutes, Dylan, this is when the players come out.
Alston. Here's Magna. Magna, what a first step, and the foul.
I don't want to sound like a broken record. This is a kid, young man who just knows the game and has a lot in his toolbox. Again, here you see him with the quick first step. It's almost a blur. The nice finish at the rim.
And Barnaby picks up his fourth. Magna a chance to go into double figures with this free throw. Front rim no good. He has struggled these last two games from the foul line. 1 point game, Nazareth the lead. Here's Delgado, hands off. Robertson. Delgado for three, good.
See Delgado showing his, oh my goodness, and you see Jaden coming right back.
Yeah, Ramirez is like, you're not going to finish that statement, Z. I'm getting to the
my goodness.
I'm getting to the cup. Fouled by Delgado as well.
Can't blink in this one, Dylan. Getting to the rim. Again, I call him the Catholic League Steve Francis and Coutinho Mobley. Love to live in the lane.
19 now for Ramirez. Trying to make it 20. Rims in. Zalman, this would be a great game regardless, but you love that the Stars are doing their thing. A double. Rollins kicks out of that. One more. Jennings, good ball fake. Kicks it out. Robertson steps.
The Stars are out on Friday night, Dylan, and they're showing up in Middle Village, Queens.
Here's Bontemps.
Got Bontemps, the sophomore, in money time.
Tries to take Robertson. Good defense by Robertson, the senior. And that's one thing Irvin said about him, a really good on-ball defender.
Yes, he is. Again, you want, now that it's getting into money time, Dylan, you want to get quality sets here. You see little horns action here. Maybe a high-low, I'm thinking. That's just what I thought. To the rim.
That's how you drew it up, Coach. Delgado, though, unable to finish. We go the other way. Alston wisely held up there. And now Christ the King trying to get into their set. Bontemps. Backcourt violation. A little bit of the give and take you get from a younger player.
Yeah, he's still learning it. A terrific kid. And again, this is what we talked about. Quality looks. I think Gary wants to look it over.
And we mentioned the rise, right, of Nazareth as a full timeout called. Let's show you their last 4 years And this is the 5th year. So this is all of Gary Irvin's time, right? And he mentions we start from the bottom, right? A 3-21 season in his first year as the head coach, and then the rise, right? 17-7, an A runner-up, then 26-1, their only loss at Fordham in the Catholic A championship, and then last year again, 21-8 on the year in their first year in the AA. They were runners-up a year ago.
Yeah, you have a quality and legendary coach in Joe Arbitello on one side, but then you have Gary Irvin on the other side. 5 years at Nazareth, creating a nice culture, and in 5 years he's been to 3 championships. You're doing something right, Dylan.
There's no doubt, and even Joe Arbitello said that in Irvin, one of the league's best young coaches, a guy who really values his whole program, right? He has invested, Gary Irvin is, in the freshman program, in the JV program.
He cares.
He does.
And that's what you want out of a player's coach. Is what I would call him. Just a very, very humble young man. We spoke to him earlier, and caring about your players goes a long way. You're talking about mentorship before statistics.
Yes, definitely. And sometimes that's lost, especially in today's world of social media and Instagram, and it's all about the move that gets you on Instagram. And Gary Irvin, they've got a good Instagram account, Naz Basketball does, but it's all about the lessons, and he's teaching every single time. He's the one who posts things on that account. As Delgado. No good. Rollins cleans it up inside. I think we're going to have a delay of game.
You got Delgado and Rollins just beating Christ the King up on the glass. Have to find a way to box those guys out.
20 for Rollins. Magna draws the double. Goes to Ramirez. Corner 3. Ziegler rims out, no good. Rollins the rebound. Here's Moody. He's not yet at the quota necessary. It's 8 to 10 threes. Robertson. Here is Moody. And patience by Nazareth, up by 3.
You want quality possessions, Dylan.
Robertson. Here's Delgado. Rollins for 3. That's off. Side rim. Rebound to Markel Alston. Ramirez from the corner. Bang! Tie game.
Ramirez has been feeling it and have been aggressive all night long.
23 for Jaden Ramirez. And a timeout called by Nazareth. We take a look at the upcoming schedule for these two teams. First for Nazareth, taking on Hudson Catholic, that at Baruch College in Manhattan. Take on Iona Prep team we just saw. A little battle of Brooklyn there against Canarsie. They go to St. Peter's. They go to St. Francis Prep. Last meeting between them and St. Francis Prep, the Terriers won the Brooklyn Queens championship. Did so handily as well. They'll have another battle of Brooklyn, go to Bay Ridge to take on Xaverian, and then it's Eagle Bronx as well. So a good schedule for Nazareth, and Gary Irvin likes what he's seen early on as well. A road test, right? A road trip, a tournament out in Arkansas to kind of start the season. A lot of times those tournaments are later in the season. You play maybe 4 or 5 local games, but he put them to that challenge early on. Liked what he saw in the response, liked as well their return home and some wins at home as well.
Sure, them being the hunted this year, like we talked about, want to get them ready early. So wants to test them out early.
Here's Moody off the inbounds. Back to Jennings. Moody guarded by Bontemps.
Pick and pop here.
Delgado the fake. Oh, he was between moves. Continued his dribble though. Oh, and look out. A crash on the baseline.
Delgado gets away with one.
He did, and he was called for the foul though.
Yes, he was.
And that's Delgado's fourth. Another look.
Again, gets away with one here, but tries to take advantage. And just a little bit out of control.
Is that one of those as a coach you say, ball don't lie?
The ball don't lie.
It's going to come around eventually.
Yeah.
As a timeout called by Christ the King. And we take a look at the Royals' upcoming schedule.
Joe wants to talk it over.
Bishop Lachlan, that in its day was a terrific rivalry. They played some great games, those two, including one of the greatest Catholic finals I've ever seen, triple overtime, won by Christ the King, then Paul VI at the Jordan Holiday Classic. They go to Thomas Jefferson in Brooklyn. And then Chaminade College Prep, part of that Hoop Hall West tournament. They return home, or return to Queens to take on Holy Cross. On the Nazareth bench, as an assistant coach, is Lenny Cook. And we don't have a great view of him there. He's closer to us on the other side of that huddle. But a guy in his day, Zendon, he was a little bit before you. There you see Lenny right there with the beard, right next to Gary Irvin. A guy who was the man in Brooklyn during his time, was the #1 ranked player in the country, ahead of LeBron James at a time. Took some bad advice, didn't go to college, didn't go with the NBA, but what is he doing now, Lenny Cook? He's a motivational speaker, and he's a coach, and he's telling his players to learn from maybe some of the mistakes that he's made.
Sure. A terrific high school talent in Lenny Cook, and he's on the positive path now in teaching kids what to do.
Ramirez down low. What do we have? Nazareth bench was calling for a travel. I think it was a jump ball. And Lenny Cook and Gary Irvin. Gary Irvin said it was a no-brainer. 3 on the shot. Magna, the runner, bounces twice. Rollins, the rebound. But Irvin said no-brainer to have a guy like Lenny Cook. They were boys. They played in the same AAU team, as well as Jennings. Tough basket inside.
That's a great key point. And just to add to that, Gary Irvin says it's one of his best friends. And you want to have that type of talent on your bench to teach the other youngsters and other players what and what not to do.
2-point lead for the Kingsmen. Spinning move, Alston, tip, put back, no good. Jennings harassed and stolen by Ziegler.
And Joe wants to talk it over. He definitely doesn't like it. We're deadlocked here, Dylan. Friday night, and it's hot in Christ the King High School.
30-second timeout. We showed you the last 4 years for Nazareth. Z, let's take a look at Christ the King's last 4 years. And you see it back in 18-19. You see the jump because of COVID. Obviously, there were no seasons, those 2 seasons. A season not completed, one not played at all. But AA champions in 18-19, quarterfinalists and the return, and then semifinals last year, a quarterfinalist at 22-6. But that 18-19 championship team, Arbitello says, reminds him a lot of this team. A lot of guys who maybe don't have that name, and you look at that run from that team. So they beat Scanlon with Joe Mundane in the first round, the loaded St. Ray's team in the quarters, the Champagny brothers out of Bishop Lachlan in the semis, and then R.J. Davis and A.J. Griffin with Stepanak in the championship game. The MVP was Ryan Myers over all those guys currently playing in the NBA. That's the type of team Christ the King had then, and the type of team Arbitello says he has now.
Just a good brotherhood they have. Again, no names on the back, but they play with such a brotherhood and toughness. They get through the tough times.
Perhaps not ironically, that's one of the catchphrases for Nazareth, the brotherhood as well. Moody, Rollins thought about it, steps back. 17 on the shot clock. Rollins harassed. Good job to hand it off.
Great pass.
Wide open. Jennings rims around, no good. Quick outlet to Bontemps. He only knows one way, which is fast. Bontemps to the basket.
And Mr. Electricity going in his bag.
He's like you on the LIE going home. He only knows one way. Timeout called by Gary Irvin. As we take a look, Zendon, at our upcoming schedule. Some good ones in the Catholic High School League, right? Some rivalry games as well. Stepanak and St. Raymond's. Then it's the Battle of the Boulevard. Only 2.2 miles separate Holy Cross and St. Francis Prep down Francis Lewis Boulevard. And that should be a really good one and a fun budding rivalry. St. John's Prep up from the B in the A, and they join a team in McClancy. Those two, man, they are looking for the same student athletes year after year. That'll be a fun one. You and I on the call for that as well. Cardinal Hayes, St. Ray's on the rivalry, and Stepanak, St. Francis Prep, two teams that met last year in the semifinals. Stepanak, of course, winning, going on to win the championship as well. That'll be a good one in Fresh Meadows, just outside of Blaze. Listen, I have a great idea for that one.
Uh-oh.
We could either hit up Blaze before or hit up Blaze after. It is right there, walking distance from St. Francis Prep.
Just had pizza for dinner before I came here. There's nothing like a good slice.
And Blaze Pizza, our proud sponsor. There is no wrong way to play with them.
No question.
Heading inside the final minute, Royals with a 2-point lead. Jennings to Rollins, guarded by Ramirez. Rollins, lost it off his foot.
Oh, man. Oh, I think
there was a collision on the court. We'll try to take another look.
Turned the ankle there, Dylan.
As it was Alston, he is up.
It's a tough kid. I think he's trying to walk it off.
Zendon, here's another look.
I think he turned the ankle a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Rollins. Lost it on his move. So Robertson checks in as they clean up the wet spot in the paint. 56.2 seconds left. Gary Irvin imploring his team to get a stop here. 2-point lead for the Royals. Alston to Bontemps. Arbitello says 5 out. Bontemps guarded by Moody. Got to watch the 5 seconds.
Absolutely.
Gets to Alston. Back to the sophomore. Moody in his grill. Nearly a backcourt violation. Arbitello saw enough. Calls a timeout. It was a tip, which is why it wasn't a backcourt. But as soon as you saw the tip, Arbitello said, hang on a second. Let's call a timeout. We've got it as well to give.
It's a great.
So then we look at some of the previous champions here in the Catholic AA, and there you see it. Stepanak going back-to-back. Cardinal Hayes the year before that with Ian Jackson leading the way there. Tobey Awaka currently at Tennessee. And then you see all those championships by Christ the King. 13, 14, 15, 17, 19. The Royals having won 10 AA championships, 4 Federation titles, 12 Brooklyn Queens championships, 6 McDonald's All-Americans, 10 guys who have played in the NBA. So, yeah.
Listen, we're talking
tradition rich here in Middle Village.
Unbelievable. We're talking about the Royals, royalty, okay? We alluded to it earlier. Lamar Odom, Jason Williams, Omar Cook, Speedy Claxton. We can go down the list.
You're doing a good job. You're doing a great job, yes.
You know, I'm going a little bit old school here.
Well, how about you had in the same year in the McDonald's All-American game, and now these are the best players in the country. You were fortunate to play in this game. You had Khalid Reeves and Derek Phelps in the game the same year. 1990 is maybe one of the best years in the Catholic League in the history of the league.
My goodness.
Here's Bontemps off the timeout. There's 8 on the shot clock. Something they've got to be worried about. Corner, they lose it. Shot clock off. Nazareth with possession. and a chance to tie or take the lead.
I think Gary wants to get it above the circle here, get it over to the corner, and get a quick timeout, if I was him.
And Rollins, that's what Gary Irvin said, come to me, big fella, come to me, and I will call a timeout.
Just like I thought. Wants to look it over and draw something up, get a quality look.
Well, hang on, before the timeout, so now it's the full, but before the timeout, there was a foul on Ramirez. So that was his third foul.
You're seeing the chess match here between two terrific coaches in Joe Arbitello.
And here's the replay of the foul. Needless, right, from Ramirez. Already you could see Irvin calling the timeout.
Yes.
You don't need to reach in like that.
No.
That was his third. Now, foul-wise, team-wise, it doesn't hurt you. It's only the first foul, but still it is the third against Jaden Ramirez. Well, if you're having fun watching this one, you could book your own SportsCast. You can contact Varsity Media today. Have us produce a SportsCast for your team. Includes announcers like Zendon, graphics, instant replay, multiple camera angles. It'll be a memory for your team. They will enjoy that for a lifetime. 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net. That was the final timeout for Nazareth. The Royals, they've got 2 remaining. Team fouls, it's 5 for Nazareth, 1 for Christ the King. The all-important possession arrow right now favors Nazareth as well.
Pretty sure we got something drawn up for Rollins here.
I think that's a good call, Coach. 9 seconds left. A.J. Moody. Jennings lost it. What do we have? There was a foul on the baseline. And this is going to be against Christ the King. It is against Ramirez on his 4th. I think it was a hold on Rollins on the baseline.
I believe so.
So here we go, 5.8 seconds left. There you see at the bottom of your screen. Rollins trying to get through, Ramirez holding him up. So his 4th, 5.8 seconds left. Nazareth, no timeouts. Jennings at the top of the key. Moody for 3, off the mark. Loose ball. Game over. Christ the King. Victorious on a Friday night. The look from Moody was good. The rebound, though, Rollins never able to pick it up as Christ the King comes away with a 61-59 win. We'll take a quick break. We'll have the Blaze Pizza post-game show when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
Welcome back to Christ the King High School. Dylan Butler, Zendon Hamilton, our entire Varsity Media crew. Time now for the Blaze Pizza postgame show. And listen, we did this on Sunday, Z, and it's Jaden Ramirez again. He loves his Blaze Pizza, loves being the big man on campus as well. And Jaden, congratulations. Huge win for the Royals. You played a big role as well, 23. Just a great high school basketball game, man. What'd you think?
I think it was great. You know, we played hard. We played hard from the start. You know, we all came out strong. You know, we had ups and downs in this game, and we came through.
Jaden, you were really, really aggressive today, and it seems like you guys have a great brotherhood. What keeps you guys together?
Our coach, you know, we have a great history here, so we all family here since always. So we all stay together throughout the whole game.
Very nice.
Seemed like a fun individual matchup as well. Halon Rollins gets a lot of the love around the league. A lot of people think he might be one of the players of the year, or a guy up for it. Perhaps you think you should be that guy as well. And it seemed like a fun kind of individual matchup you guys were playing today.
Yeah, for sure. He's a tough player. You know, we just came out strong, played good defense on him. There you go.
Well, Jaden, if you didn't get up there yet, right up the LIE is Blaze Pizza. And you know what? Because of the win here today, you and the rest of your guys, you get some free pizza courtesy of Blaze Pizza. So congratulations on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And there you see it, Blaze Pizza. Hey, last time they did this, they almost knocked the table over. But Jaden, congratulations. Big win for you guys. Statement win here tonight at home.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, that's Jaden Ramirez. Congratulations to him and the rest of the Royals. They will enjoy some free pizza up at Blaze Pizza.
Thank you.
All right. So once again, Blaze Pizza. Join Blaze Rewards to get access to exclusive rewards and earn flames for free pizza, cheesy bread, and more. Join now at blazepizza.com or download the Blaze Pizza app in the App Store. So Jaden Ramirez, they are racking up their Blaze Pizza free pizza coupons, man. Those are back-to-back. Listen, the guys over at 188th Street, get ready. You got a bunch of hungry Royals might be making the trip up the LIE today.
Play for your pizza.
That's it. That is it. What a ball game, man. 61-59. Christ the King the win. They improved to 3-2. They go back-to-back wins in the Catholic League, beating Iona Prep. And here is one of your leaders today, Jaden Ramirez, 23 points.
Man, he came out super aggressive, just getting into his bag, getting to the rim. Is a great leader as well, as you saw. Talked about his brotherhood with the team and the coach, and that's why you win those tough games, Dylan. You got, like you said, you're playing for the name on the front. So doing that, you guys really look out for each other. You go to Blaze Pizza together,
that's
right?
It.
You hang out all the time, and you really gut out the wins, just like last week at Iona Prep.
Yeah, and Nazareth, they fall to 4-3 on the year, but we know we've not heard the last of the Kingsmen. What a talented team they are, and they will learn from games like this, from fourth quarters like this. And there's a reason why it's tough to win on the road in the Catholic League. It's tough for you back in the day in the Big East to win on the road. It's tough here as well, even though it's a short trip from Nazareth to Christ the King. So they will no doubt be better for this experience as well.
They will remember this. Queens against Brooklyn, I promise you, they'll circle this on the calendar.
and they will know as well the return trip is coming to Brooklyn as well. So that'll do it here from Middle Village in Queens. Again, your final score, the Royals victorious 61-59 over Nazareth. We want to thank our entire Varsity Media crew, our executive producer, Ben Turchin, our technical director, Becca Kazaks, Kevin Catalanato, and Ron Pierre, bringing you all the great moving images. For my broadcast partner, Zendon Hamilton, Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us from Middle Village. We look forward to seeing you next time right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.